My name is Gustav Reyes. I am a woodworker, artist, just maker of things that I like, that I find enjoyable. So I just make things. I'm based in Chicago, Illinois. Yeah, I got started making years ago. As a child, I made things all the time, and people would put things in front of me, and I would use scrap parts, and I just enjoyed recreating things. And I think that's something that everybody kind of has. It's this idea of creation, but I had to come back to it. I got away from it for a long time, did other ventures, and had lots of things going on in my life, and I've just come back to it under my own terms. But it's wood has always been the core. It's always been something that I've always kind of gone back to, and it makes me feel comfortable. So yeah, when I was younger, I attended the Art Institute, did painting and drawing, and like I said, gotten away from that. In the interim, between the two phases of creating in my life, there was, I owned a plumbing company. I've had other jobs in construction-related fields, and just never felt comfortable in my own skin kind of doing that stuff, and just came back to the idea of creating, which makes me calm, and it allows me to kind of put at least goodness out into the world. The process, for me, when I'm working with materials, it's just this idea of the pure material and how it affects me, and how I get excited by it. Wood has been the core, but it's this new technique of bending the wood that kind of has excited me recently, in terms of being able to make some shapes that weren't possible before. But the process, there's a steam, and then there's a compression process that alters the cell structure, that really pushes the act of woodworking beyond anything that man has known before 10, 15 years ago. It's kind of just a new way of working with the material, and it's really exciting. I think wood it hasn't gotten its like proper place, but I think we take it for granted as a material in society in general, let alone in contemporary wood or contemporary jewelry. So for me, it's to give it its rightful place, to respect it just like we respect any gem or precious material. And I think people connect with that. They understand, and they kind of elevate it in honoration. I believe that the act of creating, when you decide to put the clothes that you wear, it's a creative act. For me, you're representing yourself to the world. So I think to separate ourselves from creating, or to be an artist outside of mainstream, I think it's to separate us from the rest of the world. But I believe that everybody's creative. When we limit ourselves by saying I'm not creative, or I don't do this, or I don't do that, we're kind of boxing ourselves out of our own humanness. So we got to have that freedom to create anything, and that's kind of what allowed me to kind of go in any direction, and then just have the freedom not to be constrained by jewelry, or to be constrained by wood, or just to kind of make your own place. Is kind of what allowed me to kind of afford my family a good living, have a couple of assistants, and still do the work that I love to do.